I'm Meredith Sims, president of John Maxwell's Consumer Division. I'm excited to be here with you for this really crucial, incredibly impactful time with John Maxwell and Stephen Pasha. Today, you'll also learn from Steve and Pasha on their life-changing takeaways from John's incredible laws of growth. You want to answer the question, how do I grow my business and reach the top of my company? The answer is growth every day. As former editor-in-chief of Success from Home magazine, I've interviewed hundreds of leaders in the network marketing industry. Steve and Pasha are great examples of top-level leaders who don't just dream big about their potential, but they act on it consistently. But it all started for Steve and Pasha with, you guessed it, an investment in personal growth. Steve and Pasha have taken John's laws of growth to heart, and it has really impacted their business. They are going to give you amazing takeaways to grow your own business. And this is just the beginning. I'll tell you more about how you can join in for the complete online class in just a minute, but for now, get a taste of the passion and unbelievable insight from Steve and Pasha. Let's check it out.
And I think the misconception is that people feel like this just happens to certain people. Yeah. I think people feel like there's no journey. And I'm telling you right now, all of us have been through it. And the law of intentionality is you've got to recognize that it is up to you and you only to determine what you're going to get out of not just this industry, but what you're going to get out of your life. Nothing happens by accident. You've got to be in the driver's seat. I tell people a lot of times, people are going through this vehicle called life, and they're riding in the passenger seat. Yep. And they're wondering why they don't have control over the speed. They don't have control over which turn they make, what route they're taking, when they're going to get to that destination, because they're in the passenger seat. And we're here to tell you, you've got to get out, walk around, get in that driver's seat, and make the decision that you are going to be intentional about what you're going to do. And I believe this. Take a look at this. I believe that there's a timeline every single time somebody joins a network marketing company or network marketing business. You've got a timeline where you have a starting point, and then you've got what unfortunately happens to a lot of people, and this is by choice, whether conscious or subconscious or unconscious. You've got an ending point. Now, some of us keep going, which is why we become leaders. But in the starting point, here's what happens. That's when you get started with all these emotions like optimism, belief, excitement. You're ready to go. And every single day that goes by, you have to understand that if you're not succeeding, here's the reality, and this is what people need to hear. If you're not succeeding along that timeline, and everybody's timeline is different because you don't know. I heard earlier today on the stage that I quit level. Mark talked about that. You don't know when someone else's I quit level happens on that timeline. Therefore, you've got to make sure that not only are you intentional about you because you have to control your own timeline, but you've got to also be an influence to other people so that they aren't falling through the cracks on their timeline. So I want to tell you a quick story because, again, we want to just erase that myth of people just arrive and people just start making millions of dollars.
Always
because
just luck.
It doesn't happen that way. Here's what happened to me. Because sometimes it can be an incident that happens, or it can just be you make a decision to be intentional. But mine was an incident. What happened for me was I got so excited about this industry that I said, you know what? I'm going for it. I believe. I never had any doubts. I'm going to jump out here. I'm going to go for this. And I went against what all of my family and friends, and that's going to happen to people.
Right,
People
you
are going
decided to jump off the cliff and
build my wings on the way down. And people thought I was crazy. People told me this would never work. People called it a pyramid scheme. You heard all that stuff, right? And that's reality because when you hear it, it's how you respond to it that's going to make the difference. Some of the closest people to you are going to be the ones that tell you this won't work, are going to be the ones that tell you that they've never heard of anybody else that has succeeded, so why would it work? Don't waste your time. And a lot of times it may come out of love. I know my parents didn't support me early on because they were just trying to protect their son. And they told me, don't waste your time with that, and does it cost money and all this stuff? And here's the thing. I got in anyway. And I got in, and I started having some success. I started having some momentum. It's probably 30 days worth of momentum. Right, exactly. That was about it.
But it was momentum, though.
Oh, it was momentum. That was 30 rocking days, right? But here's what ended up happening. I think maybe 6 months or 9 months in, I went full time. I'm quitting my job. I don't recommend that to a lot of people.
We don't recommend that.
Thank God I had the temperament to survive that, But what happened was I quit my job. And I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going all in. Let's roll. And I started building my business because of that momentum that month,
30
right?
days.
And what ended up taking place was reality started kicking in real quick. I'll never forget, my brother ended up moving out of our 2-bedroom apartment that we were living in. So now I've got the responsibility of covering the rent for a 2-bedroom, even though it was just me. And I'll never forget, 1 month went by. I said, you know what? I don't have enough money to pay it right now, so I'll get it next month. I'll double up next month.
Right.
So that second month went by, still didn't have it. Didn't pay again.
Momentum slowed down.
Momentum was gone. And so was my little team, right? I was a one-man army at this point, but I'm all in. Now, keep in mind, all my family and friends were like, that's not going to work. So that was my motivating factor.
Wow, not only did we get amazing takeaways, but we really learned how growth can be impactful in the network marketing industry. I'm always impressed by Steve and Pasha and their passion for growth. It's leaders like them that instigate change and make incredible impact in this industry. Steve and Pasha truly apply and live out what it means to grow intentionally, and they attribute their success to their own investment in personal growth. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to grow. Think bigger than you and your downline and your upline. John's mission with this class and the 15 Laws of Growth is to transform the standard for leadership in the entire network marketing industry. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll see you and the thousands of other leaders in class starting in January.